Okay, so this is part 2 of our fall semester final in pre-algebra. Okay, we've already finished pages 1, 2, and 3. So this is going to cover pages 4, 5, and 6. So number 15, a volleyball uniform costs $20 for the shirt, $15 for the shorts, $5 for the socks. Write an expression using the distributive property that will give the total cost for 12 uniforms. All right, so it's going to be $12 times $20 for the shirt, plus $15 for the shorts, plus $5 for the socks. Okay, now then it says how much will 12 uniforms cost? So it's going to be 12 times, you add that up, you get 40, and that's going to be $480. Okay, so on number 16, these 4 parts here for this. These are just our basic algebraic properties that we're using here for this. Okay, so right here, since that is a minus, the opposite of that is to add 5 to both sides. So x, this will cancel, bring down your equals, and then that will be 23. Okay, so then right here, right, we look at that, the opposite of that is to subtract 2, like that. So bring down your x, this cancels, bring down your equals, and then that's going to combine to give you negative 3.4. All right, so then if we look at letter C, we're going to, again, we need to get the x by itself, so we look there. So we're going to add 5.5 to both sides. So you bring down your x, this cancels, bring down your equals, and then we got negative 8.2 plus 5.5. So we got negative 8.2 plus 5.5. So that is going to give us negative 2.7. Negative 2.7. All right, so then on letter D, now, our goal is to get the negative x, or the x all by itself, so we have to deal with this right here. Now remember, when it's not written, there's a plus in front of that. So the opposite of that is to subtract 3.4. So we're going to subtract 3.4. So that is going to be 1.8 minus 3.4. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go 1.8. And then I'll say minus 3.4, and that will give me negative 1.6. So I'll have to bring down, and I'm going to, that's negative x, bring down the equals, and then that was negative 1.6. So then positive x, we just change that sign, and it will be positive 1.6. Okay. I need to redo that because I didn't do 1.88. So it's 1.88 minus 3.4. Sorry about that. So that's negative 1.52. Okay, so let's go back over here, negative 1.52. So I need to fix this. Negative 1.52. So then this is positive 1.52. Okay. All right, so we're going to do the distributive property here. So this is number 17. So we're going to go 6 times 3x is 18x. And then 6 times 5 is 30. and then bring down everything else. Okay, now I need to gather together all of the x terms together. So I need to get this and combine it over there with that one. But I do have this equal sign in between. So I need to remember how to get this across to the other side. Okay, so I do the opposite. So negative 14x. So that's going to leave me with 4x. Bring down the 30. Bring down the equals. This cancels out. And bring down the 24. So remember, it's real important that you keep everything just straight across like that. Everything level. All right. Now I need to get the x term alone. So I'll subtract the 30. Right? So I'll bring down my 4x. Bring down your equals. 24 minus 30 is negative 6. Then we'll divide by 4. So then x, this cancels out. So x will equal negative 3 over 2, or that is negative 1.5. Okay, so the next section is very similar to that. A lot of distributive properties that we're doing. So we need to distribute and solve it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is distribute. So that's going to be 10x, and that is 5 times 3 is 15. Bring down your equals. 7 times x is 7x, and then 7 times 1 is 7. So again, I have this right here, but I do need to combine this over there, right? So I'm going to have to do the opposite sign. So I'm going to subtract 7x. So 3x plus 15 is equal to 7. All right? So then I'll subtract the 15. So 3x equals negative 8. All right, so I'm going to bring this up here. All right, so then the next part is I need to get the x all alone. So I'll divide by 3. So x equals negative 8 over 3, which is negative 2 2/3, like that. Okay, so then on number B, letter B, 12 times x is 12x. 12 times negative 6 is negative 72. Bring down your equals, bring down your 9. So now I need to add the 72 so that I can get the x term all alone. So bring down your 12x, bring down your equals, and then combine that to get 81. So then I'll need to divide by 12. So that's going to cancel. So x will equal 81 divided by 12. All right, so 81 divided by 12. That's going to give you 6.75. Okay. All right. And then letter C. This one, there's no distributive, so we just combine the like terms. So I have my equal sign. I got to get this over there. So I'm going to subtract 4x. That is with 2x. Bring down your negative 5 equals, and bring down your negative 9. All right, so then at this point, we will add 5. So 2x, that cancels. Bring down your equal, and that's going to give you negative 4. So then we'll divide by 2. So x will equal negative 2. All right, so then on letter D, 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 2 is 6. Bring down your equal, bring down your 12. So then we'll subtract the 6. So 3x equals 6. Divide by 3. So x will equal 2. Okay. All right. Now letter E, same thing. This time we have a distributive property on the right. So you bring down this side just like it is. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 7 is 14. Now I want to gather all of the x's to the other side together. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the 6x right here. So that's going to give us negative 5x. Bring down the negative 1. Bring down the 114. Excuse me, just the 14. So now I'm going to add 1. So on this side that cancels out. So I'm going to come up here. So we'll have negative 5x equals, and 14 plus 1 is 15. All right, so now we divide by that coefficient, by the variable. And so x will equal negative 3. Okay, good. All right, number 19. If the perimeter of the rectangle shown is 113, we can use the equation 4x minus 11 equals 113 to find its dimensions. If the solution to the equation is x equals 31, what are the dimensions? So they've already given you the solution to this, right? They've given you x equals 31. So this measure is our length, and this measure over here is our width, okay? So since we know that x is 31, right, we can just substitute that in to get our answers. What are the dimensions? So the length would be 31 plus 10, because we're just going to substitute that in there for x. So that is 41 on the length. And then for the width, we're going to go, it's the x plus minus 15.5. So that's going to be 31 minus 15.5, which is actually 15.5. So the dimensions then would be 41 by 15.5. Okay? All right, so we have a section here where we are solving and graphing some equations. Okay, so on number 20, we're going to solve these just like if they were equations, but these are inequalities. So we are going to, first of all, subtract 4, right, from both sides. So you bring down your 2x, bring down your greater than, bring down your 14. So then we're going to divide by the coefficient of the variable. So x is greater than 7. So we're going to come over here, and I'm going to choose this point here and put 7 there. So this is going to increase 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this would be going lower. But this is a open circle, right? It's an open circle because it does not have the equal to. And so we draw our line going to the right. Okay. All right, so let's continue to letter B. So we're going to subtract 2. So leave us with x over 3. That cancels. Bring down your greater than. and 7 minus 2 is 5. Now this indicates division, so the opposite of that would be to multiply by 3. So that cancels out, so you bring down your x, bring down your greater than. We also need to multiply by 3 on the other side, so that is 15. So x is greater than 15. So we're going to come over here and put like 15, 16, 17, and then this would be going lower, and it's an open circle again, and it's going to the right. Okay. All right, now on letter C, same thing we just been doing. We're going to subtract 4 like this. Bring down your negative 5x, bring down your less than, and then that's going to be negative 50 right there. So then we'll divide by the number here. And so that's going to cancel. And because we're dividing by a negative, right? Divide. So it's multiply or divide by a negative. You have to flip, right? So this is going to be greater than 10 because we divided by a negative, okay? So we had to flip it that time. So x is greater than 10. So we're going to go 10, 11, 12, 13. This would be like 9, 8. It's an open circle again, and it's going in the greater than direction. Okay. Right, then letter D. We're going to subtract 4. So 5x is less than 50. So then we're going to divide by 5. Right? So x is less than 10. Now, so this time we're going in the less than direction. So I'm going to come over here and put my 10 over here, and we're going in the less than direction. Okay. So it is again an open circle going in the less than direction. Okay. All right, number 21, a donut shop charges 70 cents for each donut and $2 for a carry-out box. Shirley has $35 to spend. Write an inequality, right? So we're not writing an equation. It's an inequality that can be used to find the D, the number of donuts she could have bought if she also wants them in one carry-out box. All right, so she's going to pay 70 cents for each donut. So that's 0.70D. Plus, she's going to pay $2 for the carry-out box, right? And she has $35. So she needs this to come either less than or equal to $35 because she can't pay more than that. All right? So it's 70 cents times the number of donuts plus 2 less than or equal to 35. Okay. So to solve this, we're going to subtract 2 like this. All right. So I'm going to come up here. And so that's going to be 0.70D is less than or equal to 33. All right. So then we would divide by our 0.70. So the number of donuts would be less than or equal to, and we're going to go 33 33 divided by 0.7, and that's going to be 47.14. All right, so less than or equal to 47.1. 47.1. Okay. Okay, a taxi charges a flat rate of $3.50 plus an additional $1.75 per mile. Claire has at most $55 to spend on a sightseeing ride in New York City. Write an inequality that can be used to find the number of miles she can travel. All right, so we have a flat rate of $3.50, right? Plus an additional $1.75 times the number of miles that she's going to go. And it has to be, right, that's the most money she can spend, so it has to be less than or equal to 55. Okay? Okay, so then and that's all you have to do. You don't have to solve it because it just says write an inequality. So that's all we had to do was to write that. All right, number 23, you and your family attend your brother's championship baseball game. Between innings, you decide to go to the snack stand. You go to the snack stand with $25 and find that the sodas are $2.25 and that popcorn is $3.50. Write an inequality that models the number of sodas you can buy if you get a bag of popcorn too. What is the maximum number of sodas you can buy in this situation? So the question is, how many sodas can you buy? So you're only getting one bag of popcorn, right? If you get a bag of popcorn. So I think what they're asking is the number of sodas if you get only one bag of popcorn as well, right? So what we're going to do is the sodas are $2.25, so it's $2.25 times X, where X is the number of sodas that you can get, plus $3.50 for that extra bag of popcorn you're going to get. And all this has to be less than or equal to $25. Okay, so let's solve this. So this is going to, and so it asks you for the number of sodas, So with this one, we do need to solve. So we're going to subtract 350. So that's going to cancel. So over here we have 2.25x. Bring down your less than or equal to, and then 25 minus 350. 25 minus 350. That is going to be 21.5. All right, so this is 21.5 right there. So I'm going to come up here. And so we have 2.25x less than or equal to 21.5. So I'm going to divide by 2.25 on both sides, 2.25. So x, which is the number of cans, we do 21.5 divided by 2.25. So I have 21.5 divided by 2.25, and so that is 9.6. So that is 9.6. However, you can't round up, right? Because you only have $25. So we're going to have to round down. So it would be 9 cans of soda. 9 cans of soda. Because you can't round up to the next can because you don't have enough money to do that. Okay, last one. Abe bought a super burrito for $6.50. He also bought some tacos for $1.50 each. Abe spent no more than $17 for the burritos and the tacos. Write and solve an inequality that can be used to find the number of tacos that Abe could have bought. So he bought one super burrito, only one of these, but he also bought some tacos, which are X. So we want to write and solve. So this one is both, write and solve. So we're going to do $1.50 times the burritos plus that singular super burrito, and all together that has to be less than or equal to $17. So again, $1.50 times the number of tacos plus $6.50 for that one single burrito. So then we are going to subtract $6.50. Subtract $6.50. So this is going to bring down the $1.50, bring down your less than or equal to, and then 17 minus 650. 17 minus the 650. That is 10.5. All right, so that leaves us with 10.5 right there. Okay, so then to get the X totally by itself, we'll divide by $1.50. So the number of burritos is going to be less than or equal to whatever 10.50 divided by $1.50 is. So we got 10.50 divided by $1.50 like that. And so that is exactly 7. It's exactly 7 tacos. All right, great job. Good luck.